Hi guys, it's Luke slash Dabov slash the editor of Dyson Desire. You may notice the audio quality is a little bit lower over the upcoming few episodes. Some anonymous big blue bellend rolled pretty low on his intelligence check and deleted all his audio, so we had to resort to our Skype backup. So bear with us for the next few episodes. We've got some really good content coming up. Nate did some amazing homebrew when we get to Amphail, and it's definitely worth listening to. The audio is still listenable, but it's just a bit lower than what we've previously done. So apologies for that, and hope you enjoy the upcoming episodes.
Dirty priest. Dirty priest. Dirty priest. Dirty priest. A blessing of Miliki, a blessing of Miliki, a blessing of Miliki. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. A blessing of Miliki. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. A blessing strange but not unwelcome. Heroes now return unto the tavern. An evening spent in drink and song, teeth and coin are gifted to the children. Festivities end and we retire. And farewell to Nightstone for Dyson Desire.
After a couple of heady days, this is the first time he's really had a chance to breathe and just not do anything and just get to enjoy each other's company. You share some tales of your adventuring past. Eventually, you decide to head on up to the rooms. You have a wonderful evening's rest, thinking about everything that's passed in the last couple of days. Thinking about the attack of the Black Blob, some of the goblin fights that you've come across. You wake up the next morning fairly refreshed and ready to restart your adventure and set off.
And we're in a suite, right? We're all in the same room.
No, you're in separate rooms. You, one by one, at the right time, at the appropriate time that you wake up and everything, you sort of make your way out to the main part of the inn, where Morak is still there, clearing stuff up. And
may we view Quinch? Quinch's waking upness, please.
Okay.
Quinch wakes up. And he rolls over and he's feeling a little bit more uncomfortable than usual. And he turns around and he has sprouted large dragon-like wings. They are beautiful and very strong and powerful. And he says, "Oh fuck, gonna have to explain this to the guys, okay?" And
is this the equivalent of like Quinch hitting puberty?
Are we now all together? Because if so, Quinch shall explain.
Whenever you're ready to make your way down to the group, yeah.
Okay, Quinch walks downstairs and checks to see if anyone else is awake yet.
Quinch,
Greg is definitely at the bar drinking coffee.
Quinch, you've got something on your back.
Yeah, so, I haven't been entirely truthful about everything. You may recall my tale about the monks that I once, had a falling out with.
Brutally murdered.
Well, yes. The brutal murdering happened because I refused to cut off my penis and balls. However, there was something else that happened before this. You may have thought that it was an overreaction, that I went mental and killed my entire monkastry, and my brethren, my brotherhood, my religionhood. Well, it was not the first thing that they asked me to cut off. Dragonborn such as myself, when we do come of age, our penis grows much, much larger. It's really, really small in childhood, minuscule. But now mine's massive. But anyway, I digress.
When we come of age, we also grow giant wings, such as the ones you see before me. And it is these very
You're on your
wings.
front. That's a bit awkward. Got a fly
sorry,
backstroke.
Just the way I'm standing. Yes, one of the first things that my brethren made me do was cut off my wings, and so I did this. And they have grown back a few times since, albeit this is the first time in a few years that my wings have grown back. So,
Like a lizard's
yes.
tail, it just grows back.
Quite miraculously. I sort of felt a few nubs there a few weeks ago, and I thought they might be coming back, but yeah, overnight they're quite magical wings, so they've grown quite quickly and are now full size wings. So yeah, I could just fly now and shit. So I just want to apologise if my appearance scares you. Look, I can fold them away like this, and Quinch retracts his wings, and they look pretty much non-existent when he contracts them back. I'll fashion some sort of t-shirt or something not a t-shirt, sorry, a vest or something that
some sort of muscle vest
that allows them to discreetly retract. But yeah, I can fly now and shit, so that might be useful.
So what you're saying is, yesterday you got a lap dance from a priest, and today you hit puberty. Today you're a man.
Listen, I don't know if there's any correlation between states of heightened arousal and the regrowing of my wings. All I can say is it's a very strong theory, and yesterday I was very aroused.
The priest made a man of you.
As Greg turns around from the bar, he looks at Quinch and he goes, "Would you say that your wings are average or below average?" Definitely. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that story then, are we? Okay. Yes. The average-sized wings.
They're average for my species. My specific species of dragonborn half-human.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to ask Quinch, so would you say you've got through the last few days on a wing and a prayer? And then just winks at someone that may or may not be stood there?
Quinch looks blankly back at the floor.
That'd make a good episode title, is all, you know.
Thank you. As this is all coming, your conversation's coming to a close. Morax welcomes you. You know, says, "Oh, good morning, everyone. Last night, Dweezil, your playing was stupendous. We've not had a bard in this inn for quite some time. Certainly not one of your stature, and it's a shame that the rest of the town did not come out to hear your fine drumming and singing. Perhaps timing was not, although I believe everyone probably could have done with the rest and a break from the tragedies that have been bestowed upon this town. Perhaps it was just not the right time, and they were still a bit wounded from their problems. Anyway, listen. I understand that you're probably going to be on your way today, and as promised, I've routed around and I've found you this map, which will give you an idea of some of the places that you may wish to if you're going to visit. And he hands over a map to Dweezil and says, "Here you go. This is a map of the north, and please, use it to your benefit, and hopefully this will find your way to Amphail and indeed Tribal once you make your way there, as well as anywhere else."
Thank you very much, Morak. I'm sure this will be very, very useful to us in our adventures.
And with that, you metagaming, you should also all be able to now find a map in your journals on Roll20.
Oh, lovely. Quinch hands Morak a parchment, and he says,
Morak, I greatly appreciate the opportunity you gave me last night behind the bar. This particular recipe is the one that people enjoyed the most. It's I called it a Nightstone Martini, and as I wished not to be insensitive, I never served it with ice.
It's wonderful. What's the recipe for this?
I believe you have some sort of, you called it buckstead behind the bar, so it's a serving of buckstead, a piece of straw, and a the little, I don't know what you call this, sort of boat underneath the pitcher thing. There's some sort of brown liquid in there, so just a couple of dashes of that.
Gravy.
Yes, that'll be why it tastes of meat a little bit.
That's been there for 17 days.
It's all the better for it.
Well, if people were enjoying it, hopefully not the children.
Enjoy the recipe, my friend.
Oh, I will. I'll see if you ever come back this way. Hopefully I'll be able to tell of the many Nightstone martinis that I've been able to sell to the rest of our town.
Thank you for your hospitality, my kind friend.
If you ever need it again, you can have it. You've always got a friend in Morak.
Thank you.
Anything else you wish to do? Actually, before we go, Quinch. Not only did your are you suited and booted? Have you got all your weapons on you? Have you got everything upon you?
Yeah. Always be
Duster?
ready.
Duster?
Yeah. Duster's always on. Duster.
Armed?
Yes.
Okay. When you were tinkering around with it this morning, it still has the one stone upon it, and it sort of, you had a moment of clarity looking into the stone. It's almost like the stone spoke to you, and you realised that this green stone that was in the knuckle duster was befitting of an acid storm. And what this will allow you to do is, this stone, if you were to expend its use, you would be able to pick an area within 30 foot of you and create a storm of acid rain, which falls from the sky for 1 minute. The AC of the armour worn by any creature starting their turn inside that area or entering it for the first time permanently reduces by 1.
Oh, shit. I feel the power of the gemstone flow through me.
Do you want to take wagers on which of us he's going to hit with that?
Quinch explains to the group what he's learnt of this new gemstone and explains that he believes it will be of great use in an upcoming battle.
Lovely stuff.
I feel like in the short time we've known you, you've been bestowed with a lot of benefits.
Well, you've got a teddy bear, so shut the fuck up.
Right. Anything else you wish to do in Nightstone, or are we away?
Can we just leave?
Should we go and get our horses?
Yeah, to the horses.
Okay.
Are our horses all saddled up and everything?
Yes, I spoke to them overnight and told them to prepare themselves.
Yeah, we'll work on that basis because I certainly didn't do that, so we'll just assume that they are all saddled up and ready to go.
How does a horse put on its own saddle, you may ask? Well, I don't know. They won't tell me.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, I've heard.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
And Bagsy Uno.
It's as easy as 1, 2,
There we go.
Kevin, Nathan.
Does that mean Davon's got Trez?
Or Kevin.
Or Kevin?
Yeah, who's having Trez and who's having Kevin?
Which one looks the most lame?
Trez was the one with an attitude problem.
No, Kevin was the one with the attitude problem.
Kevin was the attitude problem. Okay.
I'll take Kevin. I reckon I can tame him.
All right.
Okay. All right, lovely. Excellent stuff. They all will let you mount them. Although I will have a animal check from Dabov, please. Animal handling, sorry.
Someone's walking.
Oh, glad I've got a -1 on this. This is going to go really well.
Oh, shit.
13.
13. You managed to climb up successfully onto Kevin, but he waits basically to the moment that you feel like you're secure, and then just rears up, and you fall back off of the horse. You don't take any damage other than to your pride. But you do climb up a second time successfully. But Kevin lets you know that
Phil
he's
says,
not particularly.
Kevin, we
happy with
fucking
you.
spoke about this. You said you were going to stop being an arsehole and we'd find you a whole bag of apples.
I don't care. Whoa.
Right, we're stopping at the glue factory for Kevin.
No, not the glue factory. No.
Are you going to be nice to Dabov?
Okay.
Problem solved.
At least
Right,
it
and with
wasn't
that-
Tesco.
Brilliant. And with that, you set off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. You trot off out of the paddock, through the town centre, town square, out through Nightstone for the second time. This time not knowing if and when you'll ever be back.
Wow.
With map in hand, Dweezil, can you roll me a survival check?
Can, yeah. That is a raw 15, which adds up to 15.
15. Okay. You've been on the road for quite some time, on your own, with Quinch, with others, with this group.
Yeah.
And you've been on the road enough that you've got a good bearing of where north is, south, east, west. And you make your way off towards the rough direction you believe Amphail to be. It's pretty much in line with where you're going, and you're heading in the direction. A day's ride passes pretty uneventfully. Nothing happens. You don't come across anything. Just manage to make your way further and further towards Amphail. Night comes, and you have a restful night. There's a few noises in the night, but nothing disturbs you. Nothing wakes you. Second day arises. Can I have another survival check, please?
Yep. It's an 11.
It's an 11. You sort of just carry on in the way that you've been headed the first day, hoping that you're pretty much still on track of where you're going. Certainly nothing crosses your path of any note. A few traders pass your way. You see a few homesteads. Nothing of interest. You now found yourself onto the main path, which is the high road, I believe. The long road, sorry. You're up the long road. You find yourself passing a town of Rassalentor. Nothing of interest here. You decide not to stop here just because you want to get to Amphail as soon as you possibly can. You make camp at the end of second day. Can you roll me a perception check? All of you, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Does my weasel have to roll a perception check?
No.
Ah, got advantage.
You can actually go for it. Go on. Why not? For flavour.
Well, I got perception. And the weasel got. The weasel got a 12, but he gets advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Okay. Yeah.
So would he get advantage on that? The hearing.
Is that you or the
weasel.
The weasel. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he rolled a 13. The second one is a natural 20. So the weasel
20.
might perceive more than we do.
Okay, we'll come back to him. What else was your other rolls?
18.
18. Krill?
12.
Dweezil 12. Krill?
Critical miss with a +3.
Critical miss. And Gregory?
I got a 2 plus
2.
2, so 4.
So the first, it's fairly early night. I wouldn't say it's the middle of the night. The first thing that you're alerted to is Dweezil sitting up and looking a little bit confused. But you don't really understand why. He's just acting in an odd behaviour.
I can communicate with the weasel. So it depends whether or not I feel it's worth doing. Would you say that I'm concerned enough?
I would say not necessarily, because not long after that, Quinch suddenly senses something, and you just hear loud rumblings in the distance. Just a fairly regular, just like a and that carries on for a few moments, a few minutes even, but it just slowly gets quieter, and goes away. Quinch relays this to the rest of the group.
What time was this, sir?
This is probably about 10 o'clock at night. This is sort of early going to bedtime. So shall we say? You're all probably still awake, or at least one of you's on watch. It's you're all fairly settled, but nothing happens. But you just hear some big thuds going on. Day 2.
Yes.
Oh, go on in.
Oh, that was weird.
Are you waking everyone up, or are you just going to the morning?
Yeah, guys. I'm waking them up. I just heard sort of big. I mean, listen. I don't want to say it was definitely giants, but I just heard loud footsteps that sounded like they were coming from very large creatures. And then they slowly got quieter and quieter. So either they went further away or they stopped near us, but making less and less sound.
Okay. Anyone else want to join in that conversation, or you want to go back to bed?
Do you hear where they went? Like, was there a particular direction?
I don't think I heard a direction. Did I hear a direction?
You could roll me a perception. You could roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's not as strong. 8.
8. No.
No, near us sort of thing. And then far away from us. No, not really.
Useful. Glad I woke up for this.
Well, at least I fucking heard them.
I look at DeWeasel. Just say, did you notice them at all?
Could the DeWeasel please roll me a perception check?
Right. Is this based on sound? By any chance?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Cool. Then he gets a advantage on hearing. So that is 16.
And the weasel just sort of looks at you and just goes, well, I don't know if he would say this, but can your familiar communicate fully?
I can communicate telepathically with it if it's within 100 feet of me. So I'm just gonna ask it telepathically if it saw anything, and I assume it can answer back.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say.
You don't. So the weasel doesn't hear much more. Just gets a sense of the sound. I don't know if it understands the concept of like northeast, southwest, but it sort of indicates the north direction. Although it doesn't understand what north is, it sort of just could sort of emotionally tell you it's in that sort of direction.
Oh, it's more to just show, really see if a weasel had outsmarted him. That's all I really wanted. I don't really care where it came from.
Okay, so you managed to all go back to rest, go back to sleep. Day 3. Have you still got the map, Dweezil?
I have, yes.
Are you essentially leading the group, yeah?
Yeah, I'll keep hold of the map, yeah.
Okay. Another survival check for me, please.
That's a 10.
10. Okay.
I feel like we're getting more and more lost as we follow you.
There's no reason to suggest that you're getting lost by any means. You know, at the moment you're just travelling. As far as you know, you're going in the right direction. You carry on up the long road with a sense of understanding that you've looked at the map, you've studied the map, and you understand that Amphail is not long up the long road. So you carry on up that, and a few hours into your travel, you come across some sort of a small forest, or a small wood, I should say, Roll me a perception.
Who?
Dweezil. Presuming Dweezil's sort of at the front of the crew.
Yeah, 9.
9. Roll it, all of you, actually.
Survival.
Perception.
Oh, perception again, sorry. 9.
Natty 20.
20. Greg's the first to notice this. I don't know where he is in the order, but he's just looking about himself, wits about him, and he notices that somewhere further into the woods, he just sees that there's quite a few trees knocked over, and quite some disturbance has gone on there. And it looks to him quite fresh, and yeah, and putting the 2 and 2 together between that and Quinch's words from the night before, gets the impression that maybe giants, or something certainly big, has been making its way through this part of the world.
On that last perception check, I rolled a critical miss, so that's 2 critical misses in a row. Krill has no idea about anything and is just half asleep on the back of his horse, just following along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Greg would definitely kind of tell everyone what he's kind of perceived, I would feel.
Yeah.
That there's a big creature that has come this way.
What makes you think that?
The fucking trees are cut down at the side of... I don't know why I sound like you.
Just losing it more and more.
It was Krill if Krill was brought up in the East End of London. Because of fucking trees.
The swearing as well.
Alright, I just asked a question. You didn't have to take the piss out of my voice.
So
I'm sorry, but most people notice when trees have been knocked down at the side of roads.
We've
been travelling together for months now, and you always belittle me.
Don't worry, you're a big boy.
With an air of caution, you decide to carry on.
I am a big boy.
I love
Very
that
true.
catchphrase.
With an air of caution, you decide to carry on and get to the end of day 3, set up camp, and roll me perception again.
Is that all of us?
Yeah.
It's so much better than my critical misses. I've now got a 3.
I've got 18 overall.
1, and
Got
3.
13.
5.
5. So Greg, I think, came out best on that. Greg, during your watch overnight, you're obviously a little bit twitchy because you suspect there might be giants in the area.
Krill's not.
Krill's not no.
Krill's none the wiser.
Sleeping like a baby.
Greg Emil, basically hears the same thing that Quinch did the night before. And obviously it's a different person, so he can't really judge, but from the way Quinch described the night before, Greg's a little bit more certain. He just hears a little bit more like... So he hears it again, or he hears it for the first time, but as a group you hear it again. But Greg, you get the impression that this is a little further on than perhaps Quinch heard the night before, and hope that if there is danger, that it's maybe not quite as on top of you as you fear, but equally it's something to consider.
Okay, nice.
Day 4. You're on the road. Back on the road. Dweezil.
Yeah. That's 17.
17. You are, after a couple of days of being just a little bit confused, maybe the giant things got in your head, maybe you're just being a bit, confused about being with this whole new group, Day 4, you're finally back on track and you finally feel like you're getting somewhere. After a few hours' ride, the way ahead of you seems to open up somewhat. And you finally cast your eyes upon something that is a bit bigger than what you've seen before. Or certainly since you set out travelling. You've seen a few homes, you've seen a few farms, few small villages, but nothing particularly significant until now. Until you suddenly see before you what can only be described as, I guess, as a bit more of a city compared to Nightstone. You see these buildings. You see just a larger open place of homes and of buildings and farms and whatnot. Can you all roll me a history check, please?
Yeah. 18.
18. That's fine.
19.
That's fine.
Natural 20.
All right, fine. Dabov. We don't know much about Dabov's history, but it's fair to say that he is the first to recognise this as Amphail.
Oh.
I don't know whether he's been there before. I don't know if he just knows the description well enough. But he's the first to realise that you are where you need to be, and that Amphail lies before you.
To celebrate the release of Candlekeep Mysteries, the new anthology of adventures for the world's most popular role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons, the League of Tabletop Composers have once again united to bring you Musical Concoction Volume 2, Candlekeep. 10 original pieces of music inspired by the adventures within the book for your tabletop adventures, featuring music by Arcane Anthems, The Boy King of Idaho, DJ W. Naito, Ghost of Red Mountain, Ivan Duke, McRow Music, Tabletop Music Bazaar, Tabletop RPG Music, and This is Bardcore. The music will be available through the composers' Patreons or wherever you find their music, releasing on the 3rd of April 2021.